Some of the richest people on earth do not look rich at all. They do not wear diamonds. They do not post private jets. They do not talk about money. Yet they quietly control companies, real estate, and investments worth millions, sometimes billions. You may have met one. You may have spoken to one, and you had no idea. Because real wealth does not always shine. Sometimes it hides. And today, we are revealing 7 powerful signs that someone is rich, but hiding. Italiano. The last sign is so subtle, most people completely miss it. In today's world, wealth is loud. Social media turned success into a show. Luxury became a performance. Cars, watches, and designer logos became proof of status. But the ultra-wealthy often think differently. They understand security, they understand leverage, and they understand that attention can be dangerous. For them, silence is power. So how can you tell if someone is wealthy, even when they try not to show it? There are patterns, behaviors, small details. Once you see them, you will never look at normal people the same way again. Let's begin. Sign 1. They dress simple, but the details appear FCT. The first sign is quiet clothing. A person hiding wealth rarely wears loud designer logos. No oversized brand names. No flashy patterns. Instead, you will see simple colors. Black, navy, gray, white. But look closer. The fit is perfect. The fabric feels heavy and smooth. The shoes are handmade. A plain sweater that costs over $1,000. A watch that looks minimal, but is rare and hard to get. Think about tech founders in Silicon Valley. Many of them wear the same outfit every day. It looks simple, but it is carefully chosen. They value comfort and function, not attention. Because when someone is truly wealthy, they do not need approval from strangers. They dress for themselves. And the next sign is even more powerful. SIGN 2. They value time more than money. Hidden wealth treats time like gold. They rarely argue over small amounts of money. They do not waste energy chasing discounts. They do not spend hours comparing tiny price differences. Instead, they pay for speed and privacy. They use private airport terminals to avoid crowds. They hire assistants to manage small tasks. They have drivers waiting, not taxis. In cities like Dubai, London, and New York, many wealthy individuals use VIP airport services that allow them to arrive minutes before departure and walk straight to the plane. They never say, "That's expensive." They ask, "Does this save time?" Because to them, time is the most valuable asset. Money can grow back. Time cannot. But what really separates them is how they spend that time. Sign 3. They have calm CONFID and CE. There is a quiet confidence around hidden wealth. They do not need to prove anything. They do not compete in conversations. They do not brag. In a room full of loud personalities, they stay relaxed. They speak slowly. They listen carefully. They choose words with intention. When they enter a luxury hotel, they do not look impressed. They look familiar, because this world is not new to them. Confidence without noise is a strong sign of hidden money. But here is where it becomes more interesting. Sin 4. They own assets. Kudolwaism, of the wealthiest people, do not show their assets. They may live in a modest house, drive a normal car, wear simple clothes. But behind the scenes, they own real estate across multiple countries. Luxury apartments in Manhattan, beach villas in the south of France, commercial buildings in Singapore. Often these properties are not under their personal name. They are under private companies, family offices, trust structures. This keeps them protected, invisible. In places like Monaco and central London, entire buildings are owned by individuals you will never hear about in the news. Because hidden wealth does not chase fame. It builds quietly. And what happened next shocked even the elite. Cent 5. They move in exclusive CRCLs. True, wealth is not always about money. It is about access. Hidden rich individuals often know powerful people. CEOs, politicians, investors, royal family connections. in some regions, but they do not talk about it. You might casually hear them say, "I was at a small dinner in Geneva last week," or "I met him through a private event in Zurich." The locations are subtle clues. Private golf clubs, invitation-only conferences, members-only hotels. These spaces are not easy to enter. They require reputation, connections, or serious capital. And the wealthy protect these circles carefully. If someone seems connected in quiet, global ways, pay attention, because networks are more valuable than luxury cars. And the sixth sign is something very few people notice. Sign 6. They make decisions with long-term VCO, and hidden wealth thinks in decades. When they invest, they ask about 10-year plans. When they build a business, they think about generational impact. They are not emotional with money. If a deal fails, they stay calm. If markets drop, they look for opportunity. They understand cycles. Many wealthy families structure assets to pass down for generations. They focus on stability, not quick wins. They would rather own 30% of a company for 20 years than chase short-term profit. That mindset is rare because most people think about next month. The hidden rich think about 2040. And now we reach the most powerful sign of all. Sign 7. They live below their true level. This is the ultimate secret. Some wealthy individuals intentionally appear average. Why? Security, privacy, freedom. When people know you are rich, expectations rise, requests increase, risk increases. So they choose simplicity. They might drive a regular SUV instead of a supercar. They might fly business class instead of private. They might rent instead of publicly buying. But quietly, they have the ability to buy almost anything. This creates power, because when you have the ability but do not show it, you control the narrative. There are billionaires who still live in the same home they bought decades ago. Investors worth hundreds of millions who avoid media interviews. Families who own global assets yet remain unknown. They understand one truth: the loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. Real power whispers. "Si le makes here" is the shocking reality. Some of the most powerful individuals in the world could be sitting next to you in a coffee shop, wearing a simple jacket, using a normal phone, driving a quiet car. But behind that calm appearance is ownership of companies, land, investments, and influence that shape industries. They do not need applause. They do not need validation. They already won the game. And the most powerful move of all is not letting everyone know you are playing. ENDING wealth is not always diamonds and supercars. Sometimes it is disciplined. Sometimes it is patience. Sometimes it is silence. The next time you meet someone who seems calm, private, and deeply confident, look closer. They might be richer than you think. And in a world obsessed with showing success, the ultimate luxury may be hiding it. If you enjoy discovering how the ultra-rich live, subscribe to Billionaire Glitz, because the real stories of wealth are often the ones you never see.